Yes, yes, no. Or as the Germans say, ja, ja, nein. Episode 9, Daily Nourishment. Today's topic is going to be talking about Michelin stars, and specifically, we're going to be talking about the person who has the most Michelin stars, Joël Robuchon. Now, rest in peace to Joël Robuchon. Now, Joël Robuchon, at the height of his career, had 31 Michelin stars, and at the time of his passing, he still held the 31 Michelin stars. But I think these tell a completely different story than if you think about what Joël Robuchon did. So Joël Robuchon as a chef was a chef who opened up many restaurants that featured his name, Atelier by Joël Robuchon and Restaurant Joël Robuchon. There's nothing wrong with putting your name at the restaurant. However, the problem started arising when all of these restaurants in different places, they started popping up. There was one in Tokyo, they started popping up in Montreal and Las Vegas, and they all seemed to serve really similar food. They served that Joël Robuchon, that classic French fine dining, which isn't bad. But I wanna put it akin to like the place is good, but if you go to every single Joël Robuchon restaurant, yes, you're gonna get that same consistency, but you're also gonna be finding a lot of the same dishes. Like the mashed potatoes. You hear about the famous Joël Robuchon mashed potatoes, and that's great, but this almost feels like fine dining franchising. And I think the whole point of a really nice restaurant is it's unique to itself, especially for places that have like 3 or 2 stars. Yet Joel had 31. And I think for these high starred people, this seems to be the only way. Like the person who's below him, and he's below him by quite a significant margin at 21, Alain Ducasse, has done a very similar thing where he's also done this, like what I call like semi franchising thing, right? I think someone who could apply as a legitimate holder of multiple stars is someone like Albert Adria. Now, Albert Adria only has 5 stars, and I say only like 5 is even something that's remotely attainable. But what Albert Adria has done is he's opened up 5 restaurants, and what he does is he applies his style of cooking to a particular theme. And that's what I think makes these restaurants be able to qualify. If Joël Robuchon said, okay, let me apply my French techniques to the ingredients and to the cultures and cuisines of Montreal or of Tokyo or of Shanghai, then it would feel more genuine. But because it's just like, okay, let's take the one in France and let's put it here, and then let's put it over here too. And oh my God, we're printing money at the wazoo. Now, this also comes from a psychological idea because a lot of chefs for a long time don't earn a lot of money, right? And then people go to them with huge offers, 7 and 8 figure offers, saying, we're going to open up this restaurant, we're going to manage it, but we want your name and likeness. You don't even have to come in the kitchen. And considering where a lot of chefs came from, it is really hard to turn down that kind of money, especially money that can secure generational wealth. You see this with athletes too. There are athletes that choose to stay with one team instead of pursuing championships because, as a fan, it's like obviously, you want them to pursue those championships. But as an athlete, sometimes it's bigger than the sport. Sometimes it's about setting your family up for success for the long run. Now back to Albert. Another reason that Albert has had to do this, and I think this is a great mindset that chefs should have when they're opening up multiple of these places, is Albert's 5 restaurants are all located in Barcelona. That means that, he can't just copy and paste a restaurant like it's a McDonald's. Because yes, you can have 5 McDonald's in one city, but you can't have 5 of the same fine dining restaurant in one city. I think this kind of idea really legitimizes these large amount of stars. So I think when we're looking at chefs with large amount of stars, I think it makes more sense to look at like where are they getting these stars from? Is one of them the chef trying something that's out of their comfort zone, but because of how good they are as a chef, they're able to do it? I think that's a great topic to explore. We'll be exploring, which stars mean the most. Like a great example would be that though I'm sure you've all heard of the $1.50 uh like the chicken shop. It's a chicken cart and they have one Michelin star, not the Bib Gourmand, a Michelin star, right? That star probably has a lot more weight to it than someone just doing, classic white service French food. So maybe looking at some of the most deserving Michelin star restaurants would be a good topic to look into. What do you think of Michelin stars? Do you think they're overrated? Do you think that there's going to be something that can replace them? Or do you think that there's something necessary to be able to propel restaurants to the next level and give chefs motivation to chase these heights? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and I'll see you tomorrow for episode 10.